Hi there, I'm Danny Flexen and welcome to this week's edition of SecondsOut FLEXpectations. We're here every Thursday, 4:30 p.m. to look ahead to the weekend's boxing action. And you can probably tell already, I've got a bit of a sore throat, bit of a bad cough as well this week, but I'm a soldier, what can I say? And I didn't want to disappoint my tens, maybe, of fans that look forward to this vlog every week. So, no better place to start than a huge fight out in the US, unification fight in the exciting light heavyweight division between the Ukrainian Alexander Gvozdyk, now, and the Russian Artur Beterbiev. As close as you're going to get, I think, in terms of fights that have actually been made to a 50-50 fight at the very top level. Both world-class amateurs. Gvozdyk never won kind of a gold medal at a major, but was unbeaten in the World Series of Boxing, and also did well at various championships, very experienced. And then you got Beterbiev, who, as a light heavyweight amateur, won European and world gold before stepping up to heavyweight. And by the end of his amateur career, he was pushing the likes of Usyk close in a division which really maybe he shouldn't have been in, considering he's now a pro light heavy. Beat Michael Hunter as well, I think at the 2012 Olympics. Someone can double check that, but pretty sure that happened from writing a previous article on Hunter. And now they come face to face as pros. Beterbiev's the IBF light heavyweight champion. It's been quite an unremarkable reign so far, it's fair to say, for the unbeaten Russian, aside from that abbreviated war he had with Callum Johnson, where he got off the deck to force the stoppage. Won a vacant title, hasn't really had that defining fight. So this has come at a good time for him. He's physically strong, he's powerful, he likes to throw big hooks from both hands. And he's a dangerous proposition for any light heavyweight out there. Then you've got Gvozdyk, who, again, is quite aggressive in his own right. Won the WBC belt from long-time champion in Adonis Stevenson, who sadly suffered a brain injury as a result of that fight, but is now thankfully on the mend. Gvozdyk, bit tall, a bit rangier than Beterbiev. Probably fair to say, even though he didn't achieve as much as an amateur, probably a bit more polished these days. And has the kind of physical advantages in terms of height and reach. So you could expect him to maybe box a little bit more, but he can hit very, very hard too, and especially with the straight right hand. You would expect Beterbiev to try and impose his strength. Or, as I said, he finished his amateur career as a heavyweight, which kind of translated to the pros is more like cruiserweight than light heavy. So he'll try and impose his strength, you would think, on the inside as well, against Gvozdyk, but it'll be a very high level tactical fight as well as a kind of test of wills. You know, they're both very, very good technical boxers, both can punch. It's just such a hard fight to call, and if you're looking for a prediction, buy Boxing News, because I'm not about to give you one. I can't split them, but what I would advise is that by hell or high water you try and watch it. Now I know as I record this, it's not available on UK TV at the moment. It's kind of inevitable consequence that with the gradual decline of Box Nation and the sheer amount of fights going on around the world at the moment, some really, really good scraps will get missed by UK TV. And it is a hardcore fight, although it'd be an excellent one. It's only going to appeal to a small niche audience. You can understand why no one's picked it up. But if there is any way you can find to watch it, I'm not suggesting you break the law, guys. But whatever you can do to watch it, either live or afterwards, I suggest you do. I think it'll be a really, really high level, gripping, exciting fight. On UK soil, on a fight you can actually watch by legal means on Sky Sports, not box office either, regular Sky Sports in Newcastle, Fog on the Tyne and all of that. You've got two really good fights on the Matchroom show. You've got Scott Fitzgerald and Ted Cheeseman for the British Super Welterweight title. Fitzgerald obviously coming off that big win over Anthony Fowler. Had some injuries since, hasn't fought since, hasn't really capitalised on that momentum. And then you've got Cheeseman, who, since the loss to Sergio Garcia for the European title, came back with a contentious draw against Kieran Conway. I think more people thought he'd done enough than thought it was a draw, but it was a close fight, and Cheeseman probably didn't perform quite as well as he would have hoped, but he says he's now in the shape of his life. It's going to be a really intriguing fight. You know, Fitzgerald was a good amateur, really got power in those hands, as we saw in the end against Fowler. He dropped him in the last round. But Cheeseman's an aggressive box fighter. If he can get back to the kind of level he was at when he beat Carson Jones, for example, the head movement, the upper body movement, the in and out with the footwork, it's going to be a really, really interesting fight. And top of the bill, unfortunately not for the European super lightweight title, it's boxing politics for you. You've got two really, really good super lightweights, domestic super lightweights, hoping to get to world level in Robbie Davies Jr. and Lewis Ritson. Lewis Ritson, obviously, from not far away from Newcastle in, I think it's Forest Green, is it? And he is going to be the home favourite. He's going to get the bulk of the support. Always a big favourite in these shows up in the northeast. Robbie Davies Jr. probably got a bit more variety about him. They're both, again, echoing Gvozdyk and Beterbiev, really good amateurs at domestic level at least. And you would expect Davies Jr. to box a little bit more, Ritson to be a bit more come forward and aggressive. Doesn't seem so far at super lightweight to have the same power he famously carried at lightweight that brought him a Lonsdale belt in ridiculously short time. But again, a really, really good fight, and one where I'm finding it really hard to pick a winner. So, because I'm sitting on the fence, I want you to help me out. Let me know in the comments below what you think is the best fight of the weekend, especially out of those three that I've mentioned, and your picks for the three fights. Who's going to win each of them and how? I'll be back next week for FLEXpectations, 4:30 p.m. Thursday, and I'll also be here Monday, 4:30 p.m. for Reflections, looking back on the action that's taken place over the weekend. Presuming that is I haven't completely lost my voice. What a tragedy that would be, right? So I'll see you all then, and I really appreciate your time as always.